you want to walk in and immediately feel the place. Do you want to smell? You want to
Yeah, the smell test. I was going to say,
well, it's more of a sensory, like, what do I
yeah.
see? Who do I see? What kind of people are here? Are they happy people? What do I smell? Like, does the place seem well taken care of? Or do they care about the environment that they're creating? Do people seem to be enjoying themselves? Is there
Yes.
a group of people who are talking or not? Like, Lori and I have walked into places where there's stone cold silence, feels institutional, nobody seems happy. And we've walked into places that are completely opposite. So we encourage families to walk in and really don't ignore the people sitting in the dining room. Look around, see the people in the dining room and see the expressions on their faces. Are they chatting? Are they happy? Are they enjoying themselves? Are they at too high level of a care that you just feel like your mom or dad wouldn't fit in? And the types of questions to ask, like, there's always activities and but it really comes down to, if 10 people like gardening, there will be gardening. If nobody likes gardening, there will not be gardening. And like, it really depends on who is there.
Yeah.
So it really is it's a sensory thing. Lori, do you have any insight into specific questions that you
Well,
have?
they want to go somewhere because they have all these great amenities. But then if you go on a tour and nobody's ever using those amenities, then you're like, are you going to be sitting alone watching your movie in the afternoon? Because if there's a 1:30 matinee that they almost all have and nobody's watching the movie, or they have this wonderful pub, but like there's dust on the table, like it's just not being used.
It's interesting. We walked into one place that really had kind of higher level clients, had higher level needs, and it was very quiet. It seemed very kind of quiet for a reason. It was very supportive, and it was quiet and gentle speaking, and it was nice, and it wasn't overwhelming. We walked into a much bigger place. We were giving a presentation, and remember, Dory, that place was buzzing.
It was
It was a
hopping.
happy, lots of activity. The caregivers were engaged. There were balloons everywhere. Like, they must have just had a
I mean, they
celebration.
were playing charades, and
Playing
it was like it was like a birthday party. It was super fun. Like people, and obviously, if you don't want to be a part of that kind of environment, you can always stay in your suite, or you're having an off day. But the idea that if you did feel like going to play Scrabble or bridge or euchre or whatever, that it's actually happening, and you can happily join in and be a part of this community, having that option.
But the other thing I noticed too is, the level of engagement staff will have. So when we're on a tour, for example, and we're with
Yeah.
either the salesperson or the director of care comes out to meet us, or receptionist or whatever, and other residents are walking through or saying, everybody is greeted. If they're greeted by name, that is really important to us. We notice that because automatically we know that it's a home. People feel at home there, and the people who work there are treating everybody like they're at home. So it changes the dynamic immediately, as opposed to, we've had opposite reactions where the person greeting us is just so off-putting.
The other thing is, in specialized care, for example, a growing need is memory care. And the way that people approach memory care is a different animal than what you would need in assisted living. So learning that kind of approach, the gentle approach, the gentle persuasion, all of those kinds of that environment. I mean, we've recommended places because of the staff on the memory care floor exclusively, just because the person running that show is amazing, because it's all about the people. Also, there are places that staff turns over constantly. And then you have other places where the staff has been there for 35 years and they love their job. It's really, it's the only way you can do this is by getting to know the people who work in these places and building that relationship with them. That is so important when it comes to care. I mean, it's the most important thing, right?
How the staff treat you is how they will treat them and everybody around them. So you have to really pay attention to the little things.